This man can totally control the behavior of snakes and even feeds them water. The dolphin showed signs of intense excitement when kissed by its two trainers. A puppy tries to stop a chicken from getting into a fight with another one. This girl decided to feed a seagull but then later had to regret it for doing so. When a woman realized she was going to be robbed, she quickly threw her bag away and started screaming for help. This dog decided to follow through the workout shown on the TV for its exercise. This orangutan was caught on camera for doing inappropriate things with the lady. A puppy was playing with a butterfly in the backyard. A baby horse got jealous when it saw its mother getting close to another one. The two girls who were taking a casual stroll in the park spotted an unusual person passing by. This gymnast had no idea that his pants one day would decide to leave him in the middle of his training session. Someone put a mic near a bunny's mouth to record its voice while it was eating. This guy started screaming when the squirrel accidentally fell back on him. Here's an insanely crowded bus carrying a large number of people on it. I have never seen a snoring cat before. Here's a bird feeding its young ones. In a climbing competition, one of the competitors outran his opponent with a very wide margin with impressive skill. This security guard didn't receive any training on how to face monkeys at his work. A guy took the concept of sleepwalking to the next level. This guy completely lost his control over a hose pipe due to the intense pressure with which the water was coming out of it. This bird has managed to learn how to get out of this cage, and it does so by giving a smile to the camera. These fields were attacked by a huge swarm of locusts. People used firecrackers to creatively give it the appearance of an ascending ladder into the sky. Sometimes dogs can get pretty curious as well. A boat unfortunately crashed right into a pole hanging in the middle of water. 3 people kept the shopkeeper busy while their 4th friend steals 2 phones away behind him. The weight of the panda was too much for this branch to handle. A man tries to record himself performing a trick shot, but he never realized he would end up recording himself falling down when he tried to get the ball back. Did you know huge plastic bags these days are capable of crossing roads by themselves? A pole vaulter performs pole dance in mid-air for a while before completing his jump. A man has a special lock to his bench to make sure no one else takes his place in his absence. A huge number of cats were found running together in the middle of a traffic jam. A burning man was spotted riding a tetracycle behind a regular human. Here's a unique species of spider that has adapted to the desert and moves by flipping over itself. A man suddenly through teleportation appeared out of nowhere and started crossing the road. Despite its huge size, this bear could climb up the tree at incredible speed. Scientists below the sea discovered an incredible art with perfect geometrical precision that was created by a fish. A tree was found burning with fire inside it with its exterior surface completely normal. Here's an illusion of a cup of coffee pouring itself in the opposite direction. Here are creatures that stick to each other's backs so that they don't lose track of their mother who's leading them at the front. A basketball managed to bounce 6 times before scoring a basket. The bird has learned to make mischief and get away with it without being caught. A mishap occurs at a gym when a woman tries to adjust a leg curling machine by lifting it up with her hands. A man with a big belly started dancing in the background during an interview on live television. This man taught his bird how to speak with him.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Here's a man that knows how to spin a ping pong ball in such a way that he doesn't require a partner to practice with. A woman who just wanted to say hello to a monkey received back a reply in this way. This is how drinking coffee above the clouds look like. To avoid being caught by the cops, a club came up with an idea to make an entrance that looked like a washing machine. Here's an interesting way to put on a face mask. When an old lady tried to reach her bag, it surprisingly came up to her. The cat definitely seemed to know how to win the fight with the dog. This bird knows how to take an earring off this person's ear. The wig of this woman did not want to go for a swim with her and decided to stay behind. A woman decided to fly in air on back of her boyfriend. Here's a panda enjoying its food. Never scratch an owl so much that it falls asleep and starts to lose its balance. An otter was taking a short nap after a heavy meal until a man decides to wake it up and surprise it. Here's a magical badminton match that requires only one player. A dust tornado interfered a game and moved the goalpost off the field. This monkey figured out a unique way to drink water from a pipe. Here's a powerful high flow release of water from a dam. After being rescued by a veterinary doctor, this bird came back to him to say thank you. A really interesting moment occurred when a gorilla decided to take away a woman's hand and put it on itself to pose for the camera. A guy really had a bad time proposing a girl on a bridge when he accidentally dropped it into the water beneath it. A rooster decides to chase a cat away, invading its space. This reporter was at the wrong place and at the wrong time. One should definitely learn to park correctly before buying a luxury car. A crazy fan jumped onto a racing track and started running right next to the passing F1 cars until he was dragged behind the barriers. Look at the dog's reaction when it realized the toy was dead after eating its food. A few places receive raining fishes when huge water spouts carry them with water from nearby water sources and spray them all over the city. Here's a parade where every member's timing and movement is perfectly in sync with each other. Can you spot the hidden person in the clip? A man throws a foldable chair from an incredibly tall structure and it lands perfectly upright on the ground. Here's a cloudburst where tons of water is sprayed down from a single cloud at a particular spot. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Little Dora the Explorer.
A huge flock of birds was seen moving in the sky like waves at a beach. Here's a man who has incredible ability to climb walls. This cat figured out exactly where the goggles need to go. This man can perform push-ups in a way that will leave you completely speechless. Large group of people perform bungee jump from a cliff all at the same time. This ferret doesn't like sharing its toys with anyone.
That squeaker's going to be mine.
Sometimes certain unexpected moments can happen in sports that can completely change the end result. After an injury to her leg in the first attempt, this athlete managed to win gold by landing perfectly on her healthy leg in the second attempt. Here's a type of rock that can bend like a rubber due to its unique molecular structure, which is not completely solid. Scientists tied a few firecrackers with a metal wire and released it, which led to the formation of electricity along the wire. A huge dust storm formed a layer over this entire place, so much so that it covered even the sun, and the entire day turned literally into night. A professional athlete who is known to be one of the best in his sport couldn't keep up during a race he had with an ostrich. This kid didn't realize there was no glass in the bottom half of the store. An artist uses spray paint on the snow to create his interesting pieces of art. This cat seemed to have failed to estimate correctly if it could safely get across the space between the bars. A group of people were participating in a challenge where they have to rotate around themselves for a given number of times before going for a free kick. A person performing a pole vault manages to catch a frisbee thrown by their friend in midair. This puppy is practicing how to dodge a football to become a good goalkeeper. People in a car captured an incredible footage of a truck moving totally out of balance, and everybody thought it was going to flip over, but somehow it managed to get back on track safely.